Between these iconic hedges, the field where some of college football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Cornhuskers offense takes the field. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Got it behind the line. It's Flores. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On third and long, try to convert through the air. He's going to take off. Breaks the tackle, and he's got room. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Nice job, nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking to throw for it. Got his man on the right. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. And the Huskers will try to pin them back with the punt. Looks as if they might have a little something going there, but they'll have to kick it away. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team.
He's off to the races. At the 20. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Georgia.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchbacks. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Handoff to the lone back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. They punted on their opening drive, and now they need a 3rd down conversion to avoid punt. Looking left. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time. But you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. Bunch formation for these receivers. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, it's Hurtado. He fires it out to the right. He's got it. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Into the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Dogs! A methodical... finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target. They'll make the big play, get the touchdown.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. A strike downfield. He's loose on the right. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Nebraska! Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Ready to try the point after. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they find pay dirt from way out, covering 69 yards on the touchdown pass. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the returner will be brought down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same.
Afterburners coming. At the 30. He's at the 10. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. It is just a punch in the gut for any offense. They'll run it from the gun. slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Looking for space. It's O'Grady. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Give to the running back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Hurtado. Makes his connection. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Georgia going back to work with another first down. Quick strike complete. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
You just got to get this guy going in the offense. You got to hand it off to him. You got to throw it to him, too, on all different types of downs. I love it on first down here. Just getting him the ball in the passing game.
Can anyone catch him? He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Got rid of it just in time. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. The offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Swanson. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Offense gets set for 2nd down. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Line getting set on 2nd down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Unloads quickly. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can...
Oh, look out, there he goes! And he was on his way, gets it all the way to the 38th. Get a big play like that last one, you flip the field, you change the momentum, now it's 1st and 10 from the 38. Looking to move it through the air. Using the quick game. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little extra time. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
Really nice job there at the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Short gain on the play before he slides.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. Listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution beat.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in the slot.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Might as well give it to him again. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
He makes a catch. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. This dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Let me get stats for him.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. Looking to throw it again. He makes a grab. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Jumped on top of the pile. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first half performance. They'll try to blast their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my...
Hits the accelerator to the right. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. That last big play has them in position to threaten here, 1st and 10 from the 37. He's going to pass. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Now that's a throw in the drag route where you just got to have patience. You got to let your wide receiver clear through all the bodies in the middle of the field. They just couldn't hook up on that one.
Fires to the wideout. It's caught. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Keeps looking downfield. Got enough space. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting, going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here he comes from inside his own 5, and he pumps it up inside the 20. Kicking team's got it.
Because of the big collisions on kickoff team, you don't see a lot of that in practice. You don't do that because you don't want to get each other hurt. A lot of open field, big collisions, big forced fumble, big momentum play create.
Throw to the end zone, picked off. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he's got it at the 30. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love...
He'll take a shot. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the driver.
They go to the ground. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. Typically, you only see this at the end of the game or end of a half. I'm not really sure why we're getting an early peek at victory formation. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to get the first through the air. Quickly out to the tight end. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to the back. Hard running there.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. He's up to 81 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw. It's Hurtado. Gets rid of it. Got his man quickly. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pickup of 1. It's down at the 11. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, Dogs! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. On the move, he fires. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll try the run. Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, he's looking downfield. It's complete. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on first down. And the D deny them on second and goal. Pushes ahead. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the pummeling has started. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. TCU looked less like a pack of frogs and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough in front of its home fans, and today they found a way outside of Carter Stadium. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the incompletion brings up a second down. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll try to get it through the air. And he had him for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try to pick up the first. Nice move to keep moving. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, I don't think the defense was expecting one on that last 4th and 2 play. Good job by the offense keeping them off balance with that play call.
Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
In zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. The Huskers are marching down the field.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one. Let's see what they've got on second down. Trying play action. Got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Makes a grab at the 6-yard line. It's first and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top, trying to get to it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
With a virtually insurmountable deficit this late in the game, might as well try to put a little window dressing on it. They'll go for it, fourth and he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Husker!
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
No stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Here on third down for this offense. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Now on fourth down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. They'll try it on the ground. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. After the stumble.